A very good morning. I'm Smriti Rastogi with Breakfast News. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines of this morning. No reports of violence since last night in Haryana and Punjab. 31 people killed, over 250 injured in violence following conviction of Gurmeet Ram Rahim. President, Vice President and Prime Minister condemn violence, appeal for calm. Home Minister to hold security review meet of North India today. Flood situation grim in Bihar. Death toll climbs to 418. 19 districts affected. Prime Minister leaves for Patna to make aerial survey of flood-hit areas. North Korea fires several short-range missiles into sea off its east coast. This as South Korea and US conduct annual joint military drills. And PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal enter women's singles semi-finals of World Badminton Championships. Kidambi Srikanth bows out of tournament after quarter-final loss. And first, the big development of this morning. There have been no reports of violence in Sirsa since last night after violence in Haryana left 31 people dead and 250 injured. The violence erupted in Haryana and Punjab following the conviction of self-styled godman Gurmeet Ram Rahim. The police now say the situation is under control. Last night, army carried out a flag march in the area to maintain law and order. Curfew-like restrictions have been imposed in several places. Police also detained 15 Dera Sada followers since last night, even as authorities have appealed to over 1 lakh supporters still present in the sect headquarters at Sirsa to vacate the premises. The situation in Sirsa remains tense but under control. Ram Rahim will be sentenced on Monday.
This is the carnage that followed Dera Sacha Sauda chief Ram Rahim's conviction, the violence leaving a trail of death and destruction. At least 29 people are reported dead and 250 others injured after thousands of supporters of Ram Rahim went on a rampage, torching vehicles and destroying public properties, after a CBI court convicted the self-styled godman in a 2002 rape case. Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar admitted that there were lapses but insisted that appropriate action was being taken.
यहाँ की जो घटना हुई है उसमें बताया जा रहा है कि 29 लोग अपनी जान गंवा बैठे और 200 के आसपास जो घायल हैं कुछ यहाँ हॉस्पिटल में हैं और कुछ लोगों को रेफर किया है गया दूसरे हॉस्पिटल्स में. उनका इलाज ठीक से चल रहा है. मैंने डॉक्टर्स को भी कहा है कि हर प्रकार का जो इलाज की सुविधा इनकी होनी चाहिए.
सारे अपने माहौल ਨੂੰ ठीक रखन, शांति ਇੱਥੇ ਬਰਕਰਾਰ ਰੱਖੀਏ. ਸਾਡੀ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਫੋਰਸਸ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਛਾਈਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੁਲਿਸ, ਸੈਂਟਰਲ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਫੋਰਸਸ, ਫੌਜ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈ ਅਗਰ ਲੋੜ ਪਵੇ. ਲੇਕਿਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਰਵੇ ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਖੂਨ ਖਰਾਬਾ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ ਔਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਅੱਜ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਰਕਰਾਰ ਰੱਖੋ.
Soon after the verdict was out, followers went on a rampage and clashed with security personnel. Police and paramilitary forces fired tear gas shells. Supporters set on fire several vehicles, buildings and railway stations and damaged media OB vans. More than 30 incidents of violence and arson were reported from the Malwa region of Punjab. Malaud and Ballona railway stations were partially torched. An electricity office in Sangrur town was set on fire. The violence spread to Delhi, where 2 coaches of a stationary train were set on fire at the Anand Vihar railway station. Subsequently, prohibitory orders were imposed in all but 2 districts of Delhi and Ghaziabad and Noida as well.
करीब 40-45 आदमी भागते हुए आए. भागते आने के बाद में उन्होंने सीधे में दूर से ही पत्थर मारना शुरू कर दिया. सीधा टूट गया था. तो 1-2 आदमी साइड से होके मेरी टांग पकड़ ली. टांग उधर एक हाथ में पेट्रोल की बोतल थी. पेट्रोल की बोतल वो जैसे डालने की कोशिश कर रहा था. मैंने हाथ मारा, वो बोतल के नीचे गिर गई थी. उसके बाद में मैंने पीछे फटाफट पीछे वाले गेट खोले और पब्लिक का बचाव करा. पब्लिक को बचा दिया. फटाफट भागो भाई, भागो भागो.
In view of the worsening situation, the Northern Railways has cancelled as many as 445 trains till August 28. Authorities also enforced prohibitory orders under Section 144 of CRPC in 10 Punjab districts, 9 districts of Uttar Pradesh and a district of Rajasthan and Uttarakhand. In the wake of large-scale destruction by the mobs, the Punjab and Haryana High Court has ordered that the losses caused due to the violence will be recovered from the Dera.
We have used requisite force. There are clear orders. We will not let anybody disturb our law and order.
Are there any casualties?
We are assessing the situation, and all points to the city are completely sealed, and we are taking requisite action.
Ram Rahim was guilty in a case that was registered on the basis of an anonymous written complaint to the then Prime Minister and other officials by a Sadhvi that the Dera chief had sexually exploited her and other Sadhvis. The Punjab and Haryana High Court took cognizance of the complaint and a case was registered in December 2002 by the CBI. The quantum of the sentence will be pronounced on Monday. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, President, Vice President and Prime Minister have appealed to people to maintain calm in the wake of the violence. The Prime Minister has said that the situation is being closely monitored round the clock. Home Minister Rajnath Singh will undertake a review meeting today on the situation in the north. Opposition, however, is demanding Haryana Chief Minister Khattar's resignation.
President Ramnath Kovind condemning violence and damage to property by followers of Dera Sacha Sauda, appealing to maintain peace. Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeting, "The violence is deeply distressing," assuring the law and order situation is being closely monitored. The Prime Minister reviewed the situation with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Home Secretary Rajiv Mehershi. He said officials have been asked to work around the clock to restore normalcy.
अभी सिचुएशन डेवलप हो रही है, कुछ डेथ्स हुई हैं, कुछ बर्निंग हुई है। हरियाणा डीजीपी से बात की है, वो कह रहे हैं सिचुएशन धीरे-धीरे कंट्रोल में लाई जा रही है।
Home Minister Rajnath Singh has called a security review meeting today in the wake of the violence. Top Home Ministry officials, chiefs of paramilitary forces and intelligence agencies will take stock of the situation in North India. The Home Minister spoke to Chief Ministers of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh and assured them central assistance. Information and Broadcasting Minister Smriti Irani condemned the attack on media during the violence, but at the same time advised news channels to refrain from causing panic, distress and undue fear. The centre last night asked the Haryana government to provide adequate security to the CBI Special Court judge who convicted the Dera chief. Opposition parties sought the resignation of the Haryana Chief Minister. Congress President Sonia Gandhi expressed grave concern over the violence. Party Vice President Rahul Gandhi tweeting, "Violence and brutality have no place in our society."
लेकिन दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि बार बार हरियाणा सरकार की तरफ से और हरियाणा के क्षेत्र में देखा गया है कि शांति बहाली और कानून व्यवस्था, कानून संतुलन, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर संतुलन कम पाया गया है.
The CPIM alleged the cult headed by the Godman could hold the state to ransom because the BJP state government was hand in glove with it. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
On to some more news. 4 security personnel, including 3 CRPF jawans and 1 Jammu and Kashmir policeman, were today injured in a pre-dawn attack by militants on a police building in South Kashmir's Pulwama district. The militants opened fire on district police lines, Pulwama, at around 4:30 a.m., resulting in injuries to the 4 security personnel. The police say the security forces retaliated and cross-firing was going on till the last reports came in. Extra forces have been rushed to the spots. The flood situation in Bihar has worsened with a toll amounting to 418. 1.67 crore people in the 19 districts are affected. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has left for Patna. He will be making an aerial survey of the flood-affected areas of Bihar. He is also expected to hold a review meeting with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and other officials at Purnia.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today undertake an aerial survey of flood-affected areas of Bihar. He will conduct survey of the worst affected districts of Araria, Purnia, Katihar and Kishanganj district. As per reports, he will hold a review meeting with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and other officials at Purnia. The state government is expected to submit a detailed memorandum to the Prime Minister for central assistance to Bihar. The flood situation in Bihar has worsened with a toll mounting to 418. 1.67 crore people in 19 districts are affected. However, the flood waters have receded at some places, prompting people to return home. The number of relief camps dropped to 368 from 624, in which 1.59 lakh people have still taken shelter. Araria is the worst hit district with 87 deaths. 28 NDRF teams, 16 SDRF teams and a total of 630 army personnel are assisting in relief and rescue operations. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Also, the situation in Uttar Pradesh remained grim. More than 24 lakh people in over 3,000 districts are affected in 25 districts. More than 57,000 people have taken shelter in relief camps. Several rivers are flowing at the danger mark in the eastern and Tarai regions. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath conducted an aerial survey of flood-affected Gorakhpur and Deoria districts on Friday. He said thousands of people have been hit by the floods in different parts of the state following release of waters in rivers by Nepal. The Chief Minister stressed the need for a work plan to deal with the floods on a permanent basis. The condition in Assam improved with waters of the Brahmaputra river and many of its tributaries flowing below the red mark. However, 7 districts in the state are still inundated. Around 2.67 lakh people in 472 villages of the state are affected. Nearly 36,000 hectares of farmland is underwater. People have started returning home, though more than 25,000 people have still taken shelter in 62 relief camps. The third wave of the devastating flood has so far claimed 72 lives in Assam. Meanwhile, the situation in West Bengal is improving with water levels receding in most of the affected areas. The flood has affected nearly 59 lakh people in the 6 districts. Over 6 lakh hectares of cropland was damaged.
उत्तर प्रदेश के पास 25 जिले बाढ़ से प्रभावित हैं। उन 25 जिलों में प्रत्येक जिले के लिए एक प्रभारी मंत्री नियुक्त किया गया है, जो वहां पे बाढ़ राहत कार्यों का पूरी तरह निरीक्षण करके राहत कार्यों को तीव्रता के साथ आगे बढ़ाने के लिए वहां कार्य कर रहे हैं। पहली प्राथमिकता हमारा बचाव का है। बाढ़ पीड़ितों को सुरक्षित स्थानों पर ले जाना, उन्हें भोजन पैकेट की उपलब्धता, शुद्ध पेयजल की उपलब्धता, पर्याप्त मात्रा में खाद्यान्न, उनके लिए अस्थायी रुकने की व्यवस्था, ये सारी चीजें पहली प्राथमिकता में उनको उपलब्ध कराने के साथ साथ उनके लिए स्वास्थ्य की सुविधा वहां उपलब्ध कराना।
India has promised to revamp the infrastructure and planning mechanism of Nepal to hasten its development process. This assurance was given on the second day of Nepal's Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deoba's visit to India. The visit aims at safeguarding the unique relationship between the two countries in the face of negative tactics of China.
India and Nepal will work together for the development of the Himalayan nation. Nepal has also learned from recent Indian experiences how to overcome global challenges for its economy. With this in view, Nepal's National Planning Commission and India's Niti Aayog are formulating a new strategy of economic and social development.
From our side, Niti Aayog, and from the Nepali side, the National Planning Commission agreed on a policy dialogue where we would learn from each other's experiences. That we felt was a very useful step.
Petroleum and gas have been a huge challenge for Nepal. The crisis was at its peak when the Madheshi movement stopped their supply. It also crystallized anger among the Nepalese public against India, even though much of the supply problem was indigenous. To avoid such incidents, India has taken on itself the pipeline supply of these products.
Looking at the construction of an LPG pipeline from Motihari to Amlekhganj, a natural gas pipeline from Gorakhpur to Sunwal, and extending the Amlekhganj pipeline to Chitwan, which is further west in Nepal.
India has also assured Nepal that it will improve the spread of the rail network inside its territory and also the lines that connect it to India. It also assured that roads within Nepal will be repaired and expanded.
We have had this Terai Road project underway for some time. That has made progress in the last year, certainly since the last visit of the last Nepali Prime Minister. We have now awarded contracts for 12 packages dealing with 9 roads covering roughly about 240 kilometers.
In a recent visit to Nepal in connection with BIMSTEC meeting, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj asked Nepal to give its priority according to the projects that could be started. In recent times, India-Nepal relations took a hit mainly due to the Madheshi movement. The Chinese influence on Nepal also added fuel to the fire. But given that many Nepalese and Indians have an intimate connect with one another, the strain in mutual relationship is counterproductive for both. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will be on a two-day tour to Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu from today. He will visit Vijayawada, Amravati and Tenali in Andhra Pradesh and Chennai in Tamil Nadu during his two-day visit. He will be given Guard of Honor in Andhra Pradesh. On the first day, he will visit Amravati. He will be the chief guest at the state reception being hosted by the Andhra Pradesh government and laying of the foundation stone for the 2.25 lakh housing units to Andhra Pradesh under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. He will then go to Tenali, where he will be the chief guest at the birth centenary celebrations of Sri Alapati Venkataramaiah. On Sunday, he will interact with students undergoing training for various skill development and vocational courses at Swarna Bharat Trust in Atkur. He will also inaugurate a medical camp at Swarna Bharat Trust there. The Vice President will then visit Chennai's Anna University, where he will inaugurate the New India on the occasion of 75 years of Quit India movement being organized by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and address the gathering. He will also interact with faculty and students of Anna University. And with that, time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
Typically, gold is very soft. To make the gold stronger, they add copper to it. And as a result, 24 karat gold becomes 22 karat, 20 karat and so on and so forth. And in the process, they are making it stronger, but at the same time, the purity of the gold is gone. So we now developed one of my students by name Vinod, who is a faculty in SRM University. He took this up and we tried to develop these so-called grain refiners for gold, and then added these grain refiners to gold and demonstrate that 24 karat gold can be as strong as 20 karat gold without adding copper to it.
Watch Eureka with Professor B.S. Murthy, Head Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, IIT Madras, Chennai, only on Rajya Sabha TV.
A function was held on Friday for the farewell of the outgoing Chief Justice of India, Justice J.S. Khehar. Speaking on the function, Justice Khehar hailed the support of the Supreme Court Bar Association in his endeavour to digitize the justice delivery system. He also hoped that paperless courts will soon become a reality. Justice Khehar is retiring on Monday. Justice Deepak Mishra, who will succeed him as the 45th Chief Justice, called the outgoing judge a democratic person with a good heart and a good mind. And the JDU faction led by Sharad Yadav has approached the Election Commission claiming that it has the representation of the real party. They also claim majority of its National Council members. This came on a day when the JDU wrote to Yadav asking him to skip the Rashtriya Janata Dal rally in Patna on Sunday. The party asserted that if he attended it, he would be working against the party's principles. Yadav said he would be attending the RJD rally. The Yadav faction has also staked claim over the JDU's poll symbol and the offices allotted to the party. Kumar, the Bihar Chief Minister, is also the president of the JDU. All the party MLAs and barring 3 are the MPs with him. Meanwhile, RJD has claimed that rebel JDU leader Sharad Yadav also with the 20 leaders of different parties, including West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav, will take part in the party's anti-BJP rally scheduled on Sunday. RJD President Lalu Prasad has claimed that the rally would herald the decline of the BJP-led NDA in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Besides TMC, the SP, leaders of NCP, CPI, RLD, JMM, JVM, DMK, Kerala Congress, RSP, AIUDF, NC and JDS would share dais with Prasad in the rally at Gandhi Maidan. It has been reported that while Congress top leadership will not be present, the party would be represented by Ghulam Nabi Azad, CP Joshi and Hanumanta Rao. It is noteworthy that Bahujan Samaj Party President Mayawati and the left parties earlier declined their participation in the rally. On to some more national news. The swine flu toll in Gujarat has reached 316 since January this year, with 10 more deaths reported on Friday. According to the State Health Department, at present, 23 persons infected with the virus are on ventilator support. As many as 1,275 patients have been cured and discharged during the last 8 days. Meanwhile, a government release said a central team comprising 3 experts from Delhi has suggested that the word swine flu be replaced with seasonal flu in medical courses. The central team has been camping in Gujarat for the last 3 days to take stock of the situation. It is also reviewing the state government's preparedness to deal with the swine flu outbreak. And the 23rd Delhi Book Fair will begin from today at Pragati Maidan. The fair will offer a wide range of books covering almost every field from about 120 publishers, both from the country as well as abroad. The theme of this year is Padhte Bharat, Badhte Bharat. The fair will also provide a unique platform for establishing new contacts, entering into co-publishing arrangements, translation and copyright arrangements, reprinting of old and rare books apart from providing retailing opportunities. It also hosts conferences, seminars, buyer-seller meets, book releases, discussions, literary activities for children and meet the author events. And shifting our focus on the international front, North Korea fired several short-range missiles into sea off its east coast early today. This as South Korea and the US military conducted annual joint military drills. The US military's Pacific Command said it had detected 3 short-range ballistic missiles, all of which failed, with one of them blowing up almost immediately after the launch. The South Korean office of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said the projectiles were launched from the northeastern Gangwon province and flew in a northeasterly direction about 250 kilometers into the sea. Pacific Command said the missiles did not pose a threat to the US mainland or to the Pacific territory of Guam, which North Korea has threatened earlier this month to surround in the Sea of Fire. Japan's military said the projectiles did not appear to be objects that could threaten Japan's safety. A suicide bomber blew himself up at the entrance of a Shiite Muslim mosque in Kabul as other attackers building, killing at least 13 people, including worshippers gathering for Friday prayers. Islamic State has claimed the responsibility for the attack. The assault caused chaos as worshippers fled and others frantically searched for the missing family members. According to the Afghan Interior Ministry, at least 10 civilians were killed, including women and children, while another 30 were wounded, and at least 3 policemen were also killed and 8 wounded. An eyewitness, however, gave a higher casualty toll than the official count. It is at least the second time this month that ISIS has claimed the responsibility for an attack targeting Shiite worshippers in Afghanistan.
زخمی داریم بدر شاید تعداد 20 نفر یا 25 نفر هموطنان ما جوانا خواهران موسفیدای ما شهادت شده
دیگه یک انفجار هم شد حالا در بیرون دیگه فهمیده نشد مردم همه پا به فرار گذاشتن.
At least 59 Rohingya and 12 members of Myanmar's security forces were reportedly killed in Rakhine State after a militant group launched a pre-dawn raids on police posts and tried to break into an army base. The office of Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi announced the death toll in a statement on Friday, claiming the Rohingya killed were fighters. The statement said that at least an estimated of 150 fighters staged coordinated attacks at around 1 a.m. in the northern Mokdor township. The clashes came hours after a panel led by former UN Chief Kofi Annan urged Myanmar to lift restrictions on movement and citizenship for Rohingya, a persecuted Muslim minority. The Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army claimed responsibility for the attacks in a Twitter post but did not mention the casualty figures or how many fighters were involved.
We condemn that's quote, we condemn in the strongest terms the series of coordinated attacks carried out against the Myanmar security forces in northern areas of Rakhine State in the early hours on 25th of August. So this is specifically on those attacks. We regret the loss of life, express deepest condolences to the bereaved families, and wish a speedy recovery to the injured. We call on all parties to refrain from violence, protect civilians, restore law and order, and resolve issues through dialogue and peaceful means.
And Hurricane Harvey, about to make a landfall on the Texas coast, has intensified into a Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 130 miles per hour. This is going to be the first major hurricane to hit the state in the last 12 years. All the flights have been cancelled. Schools, concerts and other planned events have been postponed till further orders. Harvey is going to be the first biggest challenge for Trump administration in dealing with the natural disaster. Residents have been warned to take shelter from 125 mile per hour winds and 12-foot ocean surges when the most powerful storm in over a decade slams the mainland United States. And let's take a look at more international news and world wrap. The Iraqi government forces have broke through the Islamic State's lines inside Tal Afar and reached the old city centre around the Ottoman-era citadel. The forces have seized around 3/4 of the city so far since August 20th. Tal Afar lies in the supply route between Syria and Mosul. According to the US and Iraqi military commanders, around 2,000 battle-hardened militants still remain in Tal Afar city. The Somali forces supported by US troops has shot dead 10 Somalis in a village near the capital of Mogadishu. The village that was attacked has a history of clan feuds. The deputy governor of the region has slammed the operation and called the dead people as innocent farmers. However, the Somali army claims that all the dead were members of the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab militia. A man was shot in the center of Brussels on Friday after attacking 2 soldiers with a knife. The man has been critically wounded but is still alive and in hospital. The security has been tightened across Brussels after security threat level in the wake of the militant attacks in Paris and the Belgian capital in 2015 and 16. And on to the sports news. Ace shuttler PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal have assured India of 2 bronze medals at the World Badminton Championships in Glasgow in Scotland. Both players stormed into the women's singles semi-finals to assure India of at least 2 bronze medals. While 4th seed Sindhu defeated 5th place Yu Sun of China 21-14, 21-9. 12th seeded Saina beat local girl Christy Glumore 21-19, 18-21, 21-15. Both shuttlers will play their semi-final matches today, while in men's singles event, Kidambi Srikanth bowed out of the tournament after losing his quarter-final fixture in straight games 14-21, 18-21 against world number 1 Son Van Ho of Korea. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Breakfast News. Keep watching Rajya Sabha television.